You've seen us talk with the team at Mattson Financial Services here on 8 West. Well, they're hosting a special virtual event next week. It's a webinar specifically targeted toward women and our retirement goals. We have Laurel here to talk about an overview of the event. Welcome to 8 West. I'm happy you could stop by today just to let us know about what this event is designed to do.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is something really important to us as a firm, but also me individually as a woman as well. Because when we look at some recent surveys, only 20% of the women out there feel prepared to make the financial decisions. And, we know we live longer. So surveys are going to tell us that a lot of us aren't ready, aren't there yet, but it's going to happen. We're going to be the ones in control. So we want to make sure that you are involved, taking the right steps to get started, making sure that your picture with you and your spouse is taken care of.
And it is interesting because I think for a lot of families, your family budget runs and your household finances run a lot like a small company. And you think, well, we have one person in charge of that. But is your concern that a lot of people aren't then involved in the information if they're not making those day-to-day transactions?
Absolutely. We've seen some of our clients come through the door. Their husband had passed, and then they came and saw us, and they weren't used to doing anything. Passwords, where are those? What happens with Social Security? What happens with the pension? Did they take a single life option or a joint life option? So there's so many things to think about. And if you just lost a spouse, you don't want to be focused on that, now you're trying to find somebody that you feel is a partner, a firm to work with to get through that.
And are there decisions that people really need to be making now, sort of evaluating that? How do we structure our finances for retirement and beyond, because you know that there will often be a surviving spouse after one of the spouses passes away. So what are those kinds of decisions you help people make now?
Yeah, we look at the whole entire plan. So for us, it's more than just the investments. Obviously, you want that to grow and do well for yourself and your family. But now you have to consider with that growth, when you start taking money out, you're paying taxes. With the income, you should have different income buckets set up. So, we mentioned Social Security and a pension and taking money from your investments. But really, to get started, it's just sitting down. And we want you to get started with the plain and simple of, what do you want to do in retirement? What are those dreams, goals, and desires that you want to set forth to achieve? And then that's where we get together and have a conversation about that, get to know each other more, and then set up a plan to help you accomplish those items.
And so who is invited to attend this webinar? Does someone already have to be a client of yours, or can this be for any woman?
This is for anyone. We have a lot of our clients that are going to be attending this because we have the virtual platform right now. We're trying to stay informed and keeping everybody knowledgeable with what's happening. But if you aren't a client of ours, we'd love to invite you in. Maybe if a friend or a family member who you think would fit well with this. We encourage you to tune in next week. That's August 20th, so on Thursday at 11:30. You can go to our events page by visiting mattsonfinancial.com and just hear the information. We want to provide that to you so you can make credible decisions and getting involved with your own decisions.
Is there a specific age, or was this something even women in their 20s or 30s should be thinking about?
Oh, absolutely. This isn't just for if you're married, if you're single, maybe divorced or widowed, whatever that looks like, this is a great conversation to have to start thinking about what your future is going to look like. Even if you're 20, no time's too early to get started.
Yeah, the sooner you start, the more significant the growth is with those investments that you make. We know that, that's for sure. Well, Laurel, thank you so much. And again, we invite women to register for this great webinar. There'll be loads of great information.
Absolutely. Thanks, Terry. We appreciate it so much.
Thanks, and have a great day. And yeah, and so we are so happy to be able to offer those great connections for that information.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you said it earlier that they make the information so relatable and so easy to understand. So there are often a lot of questions, and they do a great job of explaining all of it.